Sequels to my life entirely up to me. Slowly suffocating, do you notice how it feels? Like, baby, can you hold me while I'm running through a field? Like
I said, I've been gone for a minute, so we're catching up on all the shit we missed. I have seen this nigga, like, the shit he was doing, and I just never cared to, like, really talk about it, because it's like, niggas like this are just pointless. You know what I mean? The whole, even discography around, like, the whole discussion, I mean, around this nigga is just fucking, it's pointless.
Everyone who's been on social media recently, a lot of you guys have probably heard about the streamer by the name of Chud the Builder. He's an IRL streamer who's been going viral online due to his extremely confrontational behavior in public. He has this rage bait persona that's centered around harassing random people for attention. And throughout a lot of these streams, one thing that's repeatedly stood out is the amount of racial harassment directed towards black people specifically. Over the last few weeks, Chud the Builder has been getting a massive amount of attention online. But along with the views and viral clips, it's also brought a growing amount of controversy. A lot of innocent people have ended up caught in the middle of these confrontations, whether that's random people in public, workers, security guards, older people just trying to go about their day. And that's what's been making this entire situation so disturbing to watch. This person has just been going out of their way to make people's lives harder for absolutely no reason. In one viral clip, he's seen harassing a security guard trying to do his job, and as he walks away, he calls him a Nigger.
Don't tell me what to do. Okay, what move that? Keep yourself, don't chimp out, dumbass nigger. No, I'm good. We're live. Don't touch me, lady.
In another clip, Chud can be seen harassing a group of older black men sitting at a park, and he repeatedly uses racist language for them while filming them for content.
Why are you acting like... Acting like a what? You heard me. Sit down.
Oh, sit down. If I stand up,
come on. Look at him.
See?
His antics have led him to put himself in several situations where things could have gone very wrong for him. Because at the end of the day, when you're provoking strangers for reactions, sometimes you could run into the wrong one, which he actually did about a week ago.
Okay. I'm gonna talk about this nigga. This is probably the only time I'm gonna react to this nigga, because this nigga's just a loser. Okay, number one. Okay, first, you're seeing a lot of dumb, like, bro, with the Chud the Builder shit, you're seeing a lot of dumbass arguments. Like, you're seeing a lot of dumbass arguments with the Chud the Builder shit. Just dumb arguments. People are getting mad about a word. Bro, when you go up to someone and disrespect them, you're taking whatever comes with that. It doesn't matter. If you believe it's specifically that word, go up to 100 niggas. Don't say, go up to 100 people, whether they're white, Hispanic, Asian. Go up to 100 people. Just go up to all of them, call them a bitch, or call them a pussy, or call them a goofy. If none of them, if those 100 people you go to, not one of them attack you, not one of them whoop your ass, not one of them even kill you, you 100% right. You 100% right. But no, it's not that, bro. It's when you go up to someone and disrespect someone, you're taking whatever comes with that. You could say, oh, words shouldn't have violence. You live in, bro, it's fucking America, nigga. People die every day for less. It's people who walk outside and step on someone's shoe and get smoked. You're living in a country where mad niggas are mentally ill. Like, I say maybe like 50% of the population is mentally ill. I really think like 50% of them niggas is mentally ill. Because not all of them niggas are diagnosed. So like, bro, you could go out, step on a motherfucker's shoe and die. So when you're going out and really provoking people, you're setting yourself up for some shit to happen. You can't sit there and be like, oh, well, it's just a word. It's just a word. People die every day for less. Like, I saw this one thing where this girl, she was driving into a Taco Bell drive-thru. She drove in before this one nigga. This nigga drove to the Taco Bell drive-thru, hit the back of her whip, hopped out the car, shot her in the head, and then shot himself. You're in a country where there's mad mentally ill niggas who can get rifles, guns. My nigga, there's niggas who could get sniper rifles. Nigga, you could get a rocket launcher in America, nigga. Swear to God. So when you're out here and you're doing the shit that you're doing, you're like, I don't want to hear, oh, it's just a word. Go. If you believe that, any of the niggas who are saying that about this nigga, all them racist niggas who are saying, oh, it's just a word, it's just a word. Bet them niggas to go outside to white, Asian, Hispanic, black, go up to 100 people. Don't even say that. Go up to all of them and call them a bitch, call them a goofy, call them a pussy. If none of them attack him, then they're right. But that's not gonna happen. They wouldn't do that. So it's just like a fucking stupid ass argument that niggas be using, and it's pointless. And then this shit that he's doing, like even the shit he's doing is done. Cause even if he beats this case, which I don't think he will, but it just depends. The nigga, bro, they for sure stripping his gun license, for sure. So this shit over with. He's not gonna beat his board.
Come on, cut me. Do something. Come on, do something.
And then he ended up calling the police on this guy.
Video pull a gun out on you as soon as you do something. But I'm licensed to carry too. We both licensed to carry.
See? So now he know that another nigga has a gun and he don't have an upper hand and an advantage. So now what is he doing? See what I'm saying? By the way, again, going back to his case. Now, the only way I'm telling y'all niggas right now, the only way he beats this case is if the guy who attacked him was like, if they can find proof of the guy who attacked him, like, yo, like planning it out or some shit. But for the most part, bro, if he goes in court, y'all don't understand how self-defense laws work. If you cannot go up to people and aggravate them and harass them and initiate situations and then think you're gonna get a self-defense plea. That's not how that shit works. Like, there was another nigga who did that. He went out, and there was a nigga who was before this. He wasn't doing racist shit, but he would always just be getting into it with people. He wasn't a streamer though. He went up to some woman and he was just arguing her, like just started arguing with her, like going back and forth. Her husband came out, pushed him to the ground. He got up and shot him. The nigga got life. That's not how self-defense works. You can't initiate situations and then up a pole and then kill niggas. If you could do that, niggas would have, all those sadistic niggas who are like serial killers and shit, they wouldn't have to do that. Like, you could just go get your kick out of just killing mad niggas that way. You could get your kick out of slot. You have that. There's niggas who live on this earth who have that itch to kill people. If it was that easy, bro, they be out here dropping niggas like flies. They be dropping everybody like flies and just getting that itch. You know what I mean? You can't do that. When he goes to court, they're gonna pull up all the clips of him going around and initiating these confrontations and starting this shit with people. They're gonna pull up the tweet of him saying, it's gonna end with a black dead whatever, you know? I don't know if he beats this case. The only way he beats it is if the guy who attacked him was like, yeah, like, I'm gonna go attack him and build him. Like, I don't know. They would have to show premeditation in that this nigga didn't go up to this nigga and start harassing him.
I ran into him. He got his, I got mine. But he on the phone with the police. He just obviously started with somebody.
Which is ironic because in all these situations, he keeps on stating that he's armed after confronting these innocent people, which I just find really ironic and funny. Now, Chud the Builder, real name Dalton Eartherly, I think that's how you say it, I'm not sure. Let's just call him Dalton, is currently facing decades behind bars for a recent shooting that occurred, and he ended up getting hit with attempted murder.
The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office is pursuing charges against Eatherly for criminal attempted murder, aggravated assault, and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. Eatherly is also facing a separate criminal case in Nashville.
So let's talk about this criminal case. A few days ago, he walked into a steakhouse and started live streaming. When staff asked him to stop, he became disruptive and started using racist language for them.
Hey, Bob's Steakhouse. Oh, no, we're not paying shit. Y'all are kidding.
And then when they tried to remove him, he said, "I'm not paying if you're kicking me out," and refused to pay his $371 bill. He got charged with disorderly conduct and theft of services. Now, eventually, things would take an even darker turn, and this is when we get to the shooting. A few days ago, Chud the Builder ended up involved in a shooting outside a courthouse in Clarksville, Tennessee. According to authorities, there was allegedly some type of confrontation between him and another man outside the Montgomery County Courthouse. And according to investigators, that confrontation eventually escalated into gunfire. Both Chud, Dalton, and the other man ended up suffering gunshot wounds during the incident, before being transported to nearby hospitals in stable condition. Now, at the time we were recording this video, authorities still haven't publicly identified the second man involved in the shooting, but I'm sure he was a black man because that's what he likes to do, right? And investigators also haven't publicly released every detail surrounding exactly what led up to the altercation. But what we do know is this: after the investigation, the police took him into custody and officially hit him with multiple felony charges, including attempted murder, employing...
Okay, so this is a little bit before, like I said, I'm catching up on everything, but I did hear that there was some confrontation. This nigga started getting his ass beat. Yo, this is the craziest shit I ever heard in my life. This motherfucker started getting his ass beat, pulled out a gun, shot himself, shot the nigga, and the nigga just kept beating his ass. Like, this nigga's a fucking loser. I have never heard of a nigga shooting a nigga and the nigga still beats your ass and he's still just fucking you up. I've never heard no shit like that in my fucking life. Like, I don't even know how that's possible. Like, the nigga pulled out a gun. He was the only one with the gun in the situation. He shot himself, then shot the nigga, and the nigga still beat his ass after getting shot. Like, this nigga is a loser. I've never heard no shit like that. Tell me you heard of a nigga getting shot and still beating this nigga's ass. Like, I've never heard of no shit like that ever in my life.
A firearm during a dangerous felony,
I've never
aggravated
heard of
assault,
that.
and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. And according to reports, during his arraignment in court, the judge specifically mentioned the seriousness of the allegations, alongside concerns surrounding public safety, due to the shooting happening outside a courthouse with multiple people nearby. So they basically said, you, sir, are a danger to the community.
You're charged in count 1 of criminal homicide, 39-13-201. That's an A felony. It's punishable by 15 to 6 years in state penitentiary. I'm on set initial bond at $1.25 million. $1.25 million.
And the judge made the decision to set his bond at $1.25 million. Now, things are really bad for Chud, because here's the thing. Aside from the fact that he's facing multiple felony charges tied to this shooting outside the courthouse, which of course included attempted criminal homicide, and the judge describing it as an A felony, which by the way carries a possible sentence of anywhere between 15 to 60 years in prison. But that wasn't the only thing that stood out during the hearing, because prosecutors also revealed that Chud was already apparently out on bond in multiple other cases at the time of this incident allegedly happening. One of them was the restaurant situation, and then he also had a hearing the same day of the shooting over a case that involved a $3,000 debt allegedly owed to a credit card company. And according to court records, it is a civil case, and it was filed in February on behalf of a company called Midland Credit Management.
See, like, he doesn't have money. Like, he doesn't. Oh, to like you wouldn't pay after 3 bands. You're doing all. This is why he's doing all this, because he thinks that this is gonna get the money. Nigga, this is what I'm trying to tell you. You have to understand that when you do shit like this, you're literally working backwards. That's what niggas don't understand. You're working backwards. So his eyes is like, yo, when I do this shit, this gets the views, this gets me money, right? He doesn't understand that as soon as you get caught up in a situation, all that money is gone. All the money he's about to spend in legal fees, he's gonna probably have less money that he started with. Now I know he's gonna have to pay. Now I know he got a fucking GoFundMe or whatever the fuck. But he's gonna have to, bro. This is an attempted murder case. All the money he's gonna have to pay out to his lawyer. He might still, and he might not even beat this fucking case. He might go to jail. He's losing money. He's going negative, nigga. And then they might pay fine. And then if he loses his case and the nigga files a civil suit, the nigga who he shot files a civil suit on him, he's fucking bankrupt. He's done. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He's trying to do this crazy shit because he thinks it's gonna run up bread quick for him. But the second you get caught up once, you lose it all. It's like niggas who sell drugs, right? You could sell bare drugs, run up like 50 bands. Some of these niggas, they'll sell bare work. They make run up like 50 bands in a couple months, right? And then they get fucking locked up once. Nigga, you're spending a bag on a fucking lawyer. You have to spend a bag on a bail. And if you get found guilty, you're spending bare time in jail. So say you get 4 years, 5 years. Say you get 5 years in jail. You literally just lost money. Because a fucking gas station worker can sit and just go to work every day and make fucking 50 bands in a year. You're gonna spend 5 years in jail. So you spent 5 years for 50K, when a gas station nigga could work and make 50K in a year. See what I'm saying? Like you're losing money. You know what I mean? Like,
There's an old saying that if you go looking for trouble long enough, eventually trouble is going to find you. And that's basically what happened here. I'm just kind of surprised that someone like this manages to build an actual platform and have some type of name. I don't know what kind of people follow this person. I mean, it's just really weird and crazy to me. Now, what's really interesting about this entire situation is a lot of the stuff that Chud had been saying leading up to this particular situation. Chud had already posted multiple social media posts online that are now surfacing online. In one post on Twitter, he wrote, "Series finale is dead chimp on the pavement, and you monkeys riding when I walk free." State.
Like, this is all gonna be brought up in court, by the way. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He's an idiot. Because if your intention was to plead for self-defense, you cannot post some shit like this, nigga. This will not work. Like, they're bringing this up in court. This isn't self-defense. He wasn't in fear for his life. He was fiending to kill someone. He's been on it. Like, this is gonna be used in court. That's what I'm trying to tell you. As soon as he was doing this shit, because I've been seeing this shit, I never reacted to it because I don't want to like put energy into this dumbass nigga. You know what I mean? But bro, you cannot use self-defense for this shit. He's an idiot. I knew the first situation. This is actually the best case scenario for him. This is the best case scenario. Had he killed a nigga, I promise you, he's doing life. You're not getting off on self-defense. Had he died, He's dead. The best case scenario for him was shooting a nigga, shooting himself, and then he still has a chance to fight the attempted murder charge. But the only way I see him even beating this case is if the guy who he got into it with was like, yo, I'm just gonna go fuck him up. I'm gonna go, and like, if they can find some shit like that, like, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, bro.
Tuned. So his thing is he calls innocent black people he's harassing chimps, among many other things. And then in another post, Dalton allegedly wrote, "I will defend my life with lethal force. Do not approach me with intent to threaten bodily harm." Now, to be clear, investigators have not publicly connected these tweets directly to the courthouse shooting itself or said the incident was premeditated. These posts were part of a series of social media tirades Chud had been going on following his virality online over the last few weeks. But naturally, because of everything that ended up happening afterward, a lot of people online are now looking back at these statements very differently, especially considering the fact that one of the earlier posts referenced a dead chimp on a pavement while using racist language. Honestly, I have absolutely no idea how somebody like this even managed to make it this far in the first place. Like, it says a lot about the world. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, I do think the situation says something bigger about parts of internet culture right now, because social media algorithms today will often keep rewarding whatever gets the strongest emotional reaction out of people. So whether that's anger, conflict, humiliation, outrage, chaos, and the—
Bro, I'm telling y'all niggas, I don't think he was getting that much money off of this shit. I'm being 100% honest with you. He was not making, like, bro, what platform does he even stream? Bro, he streams on some, like, weird ass platform. Does that platform even have ads? Or niggas really sub into? Bro, if I'm being real, I don't even think he's touched over six figures on this shit. I don't think he's touched on 8K. Genuinely. Like, I want y'all niggas to understand, like,
more extreme somebody is, the more attention they—
he can't, like, a lot of the way these YouTubers make money is Twitch is a platform, probably the biggest platform for streaming. You get paid off of, you can get paid off of the ads, you can get paid off of subs, you can get paid off of donations, you get paid off of bits. Then you can put that same video onto YouTube and you get paid off of YouTube. Now you're getting two sources of income. You get what I mean? This nigga, he can't post on YouTube. He can't even, the streaming platform that he's on, who even, like, are advertisers really even paying money to get advertised on his shit? At least with Kick, you can get like a deal type shit. Like, I don't think this nigga was making bread the way y'all think.
Often end up getting online, which is why over time you start seeing certain people slowly turn themselves into characters built entirely around negativity and confrontation. Chud the Builder is basically an agent of chaos. That's probably the simplest way to describe his entire online presence. A person constantly moving from confrontation to confrontation, provoking strangers, humiliating random people publicly, and feeding off of all these negative reactions online. And honestly, I think it's pretty sad when somebody has so much hate and hostility in them that they dedicate their entire existence to antagonizing other human beings. I feel like the world already—
Like, this I searched up, this nigga streams on Pump. What the fuck is Pump?
He has enough division as it is. People already don't trust each other.
I can't even find
There's
it.
already so much tension online that gets pushed, enough anger, enough conflict between groups of people. And then here comes this person whose entire platform seems to be built around making those divisions even worse for attention and virality. And honestly, that's part of the reason why this content is so dangerous, because this kind of behavior keeps racism and hostility constantly circulating at the forefront of social media and the world in general. And a lot of people don't realize just how profitable that division has become online. The more angry people are, the more they argue, the more they react emotionally, the more engagement gets generated. There's always going to be somebody making money off of that cycle, which honestly isn't that different from certain creators online who constantly pit men and women against each other. I'm sure you guys know who some of those characters are, because they know conflict keeps people emotionally invested and addicted to the content. So it's kind of like a way to keep the audience in constant pain so you can then profit off of that pain. Except in this situation right here, the fuel being used is racial tension and public humiliation. Except in this situation, he's not really humiliating any of these innocent people. He's really just humiliating himself. And because—
Okay, we're gonna leave it at that. There is an update because, like I said, I'm catching up on everything I missed. We're gonna go here. I'm trying to find this platform that this nigga Pump streaming platform. I can't find it. And it says 787K. Get the fuck out of here. Like, let me press no ad. I told you, there's no fucking ad, bro. Nobody's putting ads on this shit, bro.
The Builder situation is only getting worse because every time he looks for any sort of support, any sort of helping hand, even from people who he would expect to be supporting him, they are not there. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back from my hiatus of talking about Chud the Builder on this platform, because last time we talked about him on this channel, I was celebrating so much that I had lost my voice. But this is the victory. and it's only gonna get better. But I'm here to tell you that all the love and admiration that Chud the Builder claimed that he was getting from his community and other communities by doing the good work that he was doing in the streets and in the community is actually backfiring on him in real time. Those people who were supporting him were just doing it for clicks and views, and now when he needs real support, they are nowhere to be found, and we've got to laugh about it. If you're new to this channel and haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. This is gonna be a fun journey, and that will go a long way. Keep up with me as we keep up with the worst content creator in 2026, probably in the history of content creation. Now, back to the video. The last time that we had stopped in on Chud the Builder, he did not have any good news. There were claims that there were 12 security camera footages capturing the moment outside of the courthouse. There were claims that he shot 7 times recklessly in a courtyard in a public area where men, women, and children were walking through to go to court. There were claims that he was the aggressor, and none of it is looking good for Chud the Builder in his case, and claimed that it was self-defense. But probably the worst news for Chud the Builder was that the Gifts and Go money that he had collected, the donations from his community and the supporters, although still not enough for the then lowered $1 million bond, could not be used to get out of jail early. It couldn't be used for the bond. It just could not be used for the bond. Happy for us, sad for him. Now, we do have a better understanding as to why the judge made the decision to block that, and we do now understand why the donation game is extremely murky for Chud going forward.
He cannot use his GoFundMe money, or pardon me, the Gifts and Go money, because that money was not raised for that purpose. And if you use that money for that purpose, it's called fraud. Also, Gifts and Go's own policies say that you cannot use this platform to raise money for people who are charged with this kind of crime. So you can't use that money. Again.
Yeah, like, I don't know what, like, this nigga has to be slow.
It was not raised for that purpose, and the policies of Gifts and Go say you can't do it.
And that to me makes sense. You can't raise money for your kid's cancer fund or research as to why you have this big hairy mole on your back and then turn around and use it to build an addition onto your house. That's scamming an audience. And if you go to his Gifts and Go, you can clearly see that the reason why he started the original Gifts and Go had nothing to do with the situation that he's going through currently. He's always been a grifter. He's always been a solicitor. He's always been shaking that cup for those racist dollars. And so he's been had this set up, and it's not gonna work. Now, just as of yesterday on May 26th, his team has put an addendum about the situation on the Gifts and Go, saying that all the funds are now directed to his legal defense. But buddy, you've already raised a ton of money. I doubt that there's gonna be any more money coming forward. Wait, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm finding this out in real time that even Chud's like closest support system is total bullshit. It's totally fake. They're actually trying to get over on him. It's disgusting to watch in real time. But now there's been this new operation that has popped up from his spokesperson, person that's been acting as his spokesperson for the past couple of weeks while this situation has been going down. This week says, quick announcement: Gifts and Go was able to get funds into the lawyer's name and will help greatly fund their legal expenses. This Gifts and Go was created to help Dalton and his family with personal monthly bills and expenses controlled by the family. The Gifts and Go says Dalton Etherly, known as Chud the Builder, is a dedicated First Amendment auditor and contractor who was ambushed and violently attacked at the Montgomery County Courthouse in Clarksville, Tennessee. Them trying to
Yo, and you know what's crazy is like, even in the there's an audio of him talking to the police, and he was like lying. Yo, all of that's gonna be brought in court, bro. He might be cooked. It just depends. Like, the only way he beats his case is if the guy who he got into was like premeditated, like, I'm gonna go attack Chud the fucking Builder, I'm gonna beat his ass, and da-da-da, and da-da-da, and he actually did nothing to the nigga. But, bro, let's be real, how likely is that, gang?
Frame Chud the Builder as some sort of civil rights activist is fucking hilarious. He's a live streamer who wanted to get famous by being a dickhead, right? By being a provocateur. Not somebody who we should be taking seriously as a looker after of our First Amendment rights. And First Amendment auditor, are you serious? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. That's not what he did. Let's go on. It says, this hardworking and honest man is currently locked up, awaiting trial, and facing the possibility of decades in prison. While he fights these charges, this fundraiser is solely for his family's living expenses: rent, utilities, groceries, vehicle expenses, and basic needs. So his family can keep a roof over their heads and food on the table during this extremely difficult time. They go on to pander to the lowest common denominator here, which is that free speech shit. The people that really believe this free speech self-defense. Dalton has spent years peacefully documenting government overreach and exercising his First Amendment rights. Now his family needs to survive while he fights to clear his name and come home. Chud, they are playing on your top game. As being exposed here by the paranormal Chris, he goes on to say, neither of these fundraisers for Dalton Etherly, aka Chud the Builder, were created for legal expenses for the crimes he committed when he shot Joshua Fox outside the Clarksville courthouse. Both says to help Chud and his family, while one says legal fees to help fight slander. It says nothing about legal fees for all the crimes he actually committed. Also, Dalton doesn't have a family. The mother of his child left him and has custody of his son, and according to Dalton himself, is trying to change his son's last name. I don't know if y'all remember seeing that clip when he got out of the lockup the first time. He came out and said, yeah, man, my ex is trying to change my son's name. He doesn't want to be associated with it. She doesn't want him associated with all these different things like this.
My son's mother texted me today saying that she wants to change his name. She fears for him. She's like, oh, you've tarnished your name. I don't want him to have to deal with it.
You get what I mean? Like, as a human being, bro, how could you, like... And he's not, I'm telling y'all, this nigga's not running up the cheese that y'all think he's running up off of this. He's not. And that's why you see he keep trying to make GoFundMes. He's not running up bread off of this shit the way y'all think. I'm like, it's so, like,
So what this is clearly indicating to me is that, you know, people are trying to get over on him. This isn't to the fiance that he supposedly had. This isn't to a family that rocks with him. This is a bogus setup Give Send Go that is using Chud the Builder's name to collect a quick cash out. And I don't blame him, because me and other commentators are grittying on his head too. Go ahead and gritty to those dumbass people that believe that he is Christian, he has these ideologies, and that he is trying to get some sort of money. This is what I mean by the support system doesn't really fuck with Chud the Builder like he thought it would. He thought he had these support systems left, right, and sideways, but it's not going the way that he thinks it's gonna go. But I digress. After the bond hearing just last week, a benefactor, an anonymous one, Gypsy Crusader in his company, stepped to the forefront and said, hey, I'll foot the bill for Chud the Builder. For those of you who don't know who Gypsy Crusader is, he is an online provocateur and racist, just like Chud the Builder, who has been featured on Aiden Ross and other people's streams, trying to get them to say the craziest things, you know, enrage people, all that stuff. He's actually Chud the Builder squared. He's Chud the Builder times 10. Gypsy Crusader.
Yo, you know what's crazy? What's crazy about that nigga? From what I remember, he's like, he was worshiping like the Germany man, bro, and like this nigga's like he's gypsy, nigga. He's a gypsy, bro. The second most killed people was his people. Like that, the Germany man, he killed the Jews most, and then second was his people. Again, these motherfuckers, it's such a desperate thing to try and do for money, but like at the same time, it's like it's not worth it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
To the internet to say, my sponsor, Duel, is actively trying to bail Chud out. They have the $1 million ready to go. They are just waiting for payment instructions through lawyers. I can't put into words how grateful I will be if they can make this happen. I'm very proud to work with them. Now, I can't actively explain how bad of a platform this benefactor is, this sponsor is, but let's just say that they are Chud the Builder times 10 in a dice rolling event. There's one clip I saw this weekend of a card dealer on the platform dressing in costume that a mass pew-pewer did have on as they perform said mass pew-pewing. It's a really disgusting platform. It's right up Chud the Builder's alley, and I know for a fact that if they did bail out Chud the Builder, they would put him to work on the platform because they know that they get the money back. But that's the catch. That's where they're going wrong. You can't actually use bond money and bail money to get somebody out of jail and then think that you can put them to work in order to recoup it. That's illegal, right? So they still won't be able to do that. And so now Chud's legal team is crazy desperate. And by crazy desperate, I mean crazy desperate. They are looking left, right, and sideways in order to get some sort of support, funding, and backing in order to get him up out of that box. They want him up out of that box the fast way, right? And so they're turning to anybody and everybody who will listen. The problem is that nobody is. All of the traditional folks that you think would be backing him and supporting him that are white are definitely not doing anything in their favor. Now, Aiden Ross and Nick Fuentes have actively been on stream saying, fuck Chud the Builder, we don't rock with him. That's not somebody that I want to support.
Aiden, bail out Chud the Builder and have him fight.
Fuck no, I'm not bailing him out. Absolutely not.
No.
He screwed up royally, and now he is done. First of all, they threw the book at this guy. He's got a record, so there's going to be no leniency. And then he's got all these tweets. He's got a mountain of tweets saying, I'm inevitably going to shoot somebody. I'm inevitably going to kill one of you. How's that going to play in front of the judge? Not so funny now, huh?
And this,
like, if Nick Fuentes is saying that, nigga, yo, you're fucking, like there's, I just don't understand. The nigga has to be dumb. I don't know.
Only leaves Chud the Builder and his team to do the unthinkable. They now have to tap dance and perform for the black coins in the community in order to get their dollar. It's crazy. In an open letter, Chud the Builder's representation decided to reach out to black people. Black people, go figure, in order to raise money for Chud the Builder's defense team. Now, I want y'all to know that this is probably the lengthiest begging that I've ever seen. This excerpt here, though, is very interesting. Before the pew-pewing, Eartherly was a live streamer. He lost his livelihood after being targeted online and had his professional connections severed. BLM followed him for a year, making sure he couldn't work over a single event. Live streaming became his only way to pay his bills. His content was confrontational and he used language that most people would call offensive. He did not walk on eggshells around anyone. This is the most I hate accountability way to tell this story. Chud the Builder lost any connections, was fired from his job, all these things for being racist on the internet. It's as simple as that. The letter goes on to say, here is the part that matters. Over time, something happened that your work predicts. Black people started engaging with him, not because he softened his language or performed deference, because he did it. He treated people as people, roughly but directly, without managing them as a demographic. Some black viewers and people he encountered began to respect him precisely because he refused to perform the script. The moments of genuine connection in his content, the handshakes, the real conversations, the mutual laughter are the most human moments in any of it, and some...
They're grasping for straws. Nigga, this is the legal team you got, nigga. Nah, they're grasping for straws, gang.
Now, there's two things that stick out to me. One, this is clearly the most AI written thing that I've ever seen in the world. It's so nasty that he would use AI as an attempt to, try to free this man or whatever the case may be. But two, Chud the Builder's team is turning to a community that Chud the Builder was openly antagonizing for support. Now, for what it's worth, I believe that you would at least get a few of these coins on your side. Already, he has Myron Gaines on his side, who we know that through past videos, Myron Gaines has struggled with identity issues. So I don't even know if I would call him a coin based off of the fact that he doesn't even think that he's black. It's actually pretty disgusting. But I know that there are some others out there who follow the same type of rhetoric, the free speech stuff, all these other things. But what really shocked me is the fact that even these coins aren't taking the bait. They don't want anything to do with Chud the Builder.
It's defenders. It says just a word. It's just a word. It's not just a word. Well, it's just a word, but it's got a lot of history. But it's an offensive word, right? Let's say I go. It's easily the most horrible word in any language. But let's say I go into some outdoor concert and it's a country music concert. It's a number of white people, and I take my black ass in there and I start saying offensive things to white men's white wives. And then the husband gets mad. He said something, and then she said something. I said, you know what?
Like even these niggas, all of these, yo, Hodge Twins before, yo, ask Hodge Twins niggas. These niggas used to be hilarious, bro. It's crazy to see, yo. It's I don't know, bro.
The fact I don't want you anyway.
Yeah.
And let's say they throw a punch at me, and then I back up, pull up my gun, and shoot.
Yeah.
You think I'm justified in that? It's just words. It's my freedom of speech. Do you think I'm justified when I provoke and instigated the entire encounter?
It's a slippery slope for our society too. What's going to stop a black man from going out there flipping the script? Say, hey, your wife looks like an in lover.
And a shocking, and I do mean shocking turn of events, which you would think would be some of his biggest supporter, the Hodge Twins, who for most of us that grew up watching them through, you know, their workout series or commentary on relationships, have fallen out of favor with them because they have gone the full MAGA coin route, have decided they're going to take a stance. They are not on the side of Chud the Builder at all. The same black people that Chud thought would defend him are now taking a turn and kicking his back in. It's not just the Hodge Twins of it all. It's actually worse than that. You have people like Officer Tatum, who is also a known black coin, who is also saying, yo, this guy is stupid. This was weird. It was avoidable. He should be locked up. I don't understand any of it.
I cannot stand people that spend their time.
And you know what's crazy? Like, it sounds fucked up, but normally the black racist niggas, like the coon niggas, they would normally be the ones who would defend him the most, because when you get onto that side, you have to do even crazier shit to you have to be more outspoken and be more fucked up than the niggas who the motherfuckers who are already over there to gain their respect. It's like, say you go to the hood and you see a white boy around all the hood niggas. He had to do more to gain those niggas' respect as a white boy. You know what I mean? So he probably did some crazy shit. When these niggas go over there, that's why you see they be out here and they be saying crazier shit than the racist white niggas. Because you have to say more and do more crazy shit to be able to get that respect, to be able to get respect from them niggas over there. You know what I mean? So if these niggas are saying, yo, this shit fucked up, he's, bro.
For the energy to go around and live stream confronting people and being disrespectful nut jobs and antagonizing people to get confrontation. And when they get the confrontation, they want to pull a gun and shoot people and do all this old crazy stuff. You cannot go out and instigate a conflict, and then when you start losing a conflict, you want to try to pull a gun. This is self-defense 101. Self-defense is when somebody's attacking you and you feel like your life is in serious threat of bodily injury or death, then you can use deadly force. But there's a force continuum. You can only use equal amount of force as somebody's, presenting to you. Now, in self-defense, if you did not create this situation and you defend yourself, you're good. But if you went out and created a situation, you cannot then claim self-defense once a person retaliates against you. This fool, he looks stupid. But what he's doing is a person that is broken and damaged and that needs attention, they go out and they create environments where they get assaulted so they can be a martyr and they can raise money or they can go viral. Listen, young people, all of that is going to lead you to where he ended up.
Now, as a real content nigga, I know exactly what's going on. The ethos and the zeitgeist is not on Chud the Builder's side. Full stop. And any sort of support would be called out as being fake, disingenuous, and disgusting. And these guys know this. The reason why I'm saying this is because I don't for 1 second believe that these people have had some sort of real change of heart or they have some sort of new thought or feeling about this. Hell, not too long ago, the Hodge Twins were talking about how a word is just a word. They were actually minimizing the use of the N-word on their platform.
For the most part, in America, we got equal rights. But there's actually a group of people that claim to be oppressed in this country, and they set limits to what white people can say. Like, white people can't use the N-word. I don't seem fair to me. Especially when you came up with the word. And you invented the word. Give them some respect. Give them the respect they deserve. They came up with the word. But y'all know how sensitive black folks are. And these people are crybabies.
But now, because the times...
Like, I could sit here and, like, really break this shit down and go da-da-da-da. These niggas are just... It's just pointless to even put energy into shit like this. Like, bro, it's just pointless, gang. Should I? Nah, it's
changing
pointless,
because people can clearly see through in this situation the nastiness and disgustingness of a Chud the Builder. They've decided they were going to flip the entirety of the script. They are now on the platform in the Chud the Builder situation saying that this use of language is unnecessary. It's disgusting, and they don't understand why he would do this because it's just proving he's an antagonizer.
Like, whenever you have self-defense, you got to look at proportionality and who instigated the confrontation. It sounds like in Chud's statement on the audio said he tried to walk away. That's what he's saying. But there's a lot of witnesses, and if he did not walk away and he instigated the conversation,
he started saying, ooh, ah, and say, hey, look at He's chipping out. And
Yeah.
he calls an N-word. That weakens his self-defense claim.
But the reason why this matters, though, is because I know that Chud the Builder thought that he would have a collective of people on his side no matter what. He thought that he would have all these self-proclaimed free speech advocates on his side championing him for the way that he would go about doing these things. He thought that he would have all of the donations in the world, all the financial backing in the world. He thought that he would have people ride for him. But as it turns out, he doesn't have the support that he thinks he has. He actually has some of the worst.
Bro, he just thought he's just an idiot. He doesn't understand how self-defense works. He thought that he could do that, pop a motherfucker, and then beat that case. No.
Support system in the world, which would forever link him to this nasty, downright disrespectful hate behavior. And the people that he thought would have his back have subsequently turned their back on him, shunned him, and said that, hey, this guy is a weirdo, this guy is stupid, his actions are wild, we don't condone any of this. Now, it's clear that these people are grifting. I'm not giving a dog a bone for wagging its tail here, but I think it's funny that you think that, hey, these guys are free speech advocates. They're clearly gonna be supporting me in any decision making that I do. So let me go ahead and just lean to them and see what they have to say. And they're turning their back on you in real time. I figured you would have white people that are conservatives looking at the Chud the Builder situation and potentially turning their back on him. They don't want to align with this nonsense. It's too much on the nose. That's why when Megyn Kelly came out and she said what she said, it didn't really shock me, right? She said that he was dumb and stupid and stuff like that. Megyn Kelly is a Fox commentator, or I think ex-Fox commentator, who disavowed Chud the Builder.
That guy is an obvious racist. I'm not surprised he shot a black man. It was just a matter of time from the look of it. It's disgusting. It's hate speech. I don't think the speech was necessarily illegal, right? Like hate speech is legal, but that doesn't make it okay or right. And he was definitely threatening and menacing in a way that, yeah, could arguably have crossed it over, you know, to incitement.
But I promise you, I was shocked that I saw these black coins take this stance, but it just goes to show how messed up Chud the Builder really is in this situation. Those people that you thought you were grifting with, that you thought you could align with, turn their back on you in real time.
And
I'm telling you.
I think as well is that they're aware of the situation that the precedence that puts on them as well. Bro, you have to understand, these are people who already say fucked up shit. If someone see them in real life, if this sets a precedent where you could do this and you could get away with some shit like this, these are people who are already disliked by a lot of people. Yo, if they see a motherfucker, like, they see one of these motherfuckers outside at the store and they go and they initiate a situation with them, initiate a confrontation and then pop them, and they can get, yo, they're gonna get donation. So it's a situation that would fuck them over as well. If you defend it and you're like, oh, and this was a precedent that you know these crash out niggas. Oh my god, if they see one of these niggas, what would they do? You see what I'm saying? You sit here, you advocate behind this shit. You just waiting for some shit to happen to you. You're waiting. You know what I mean? Like, you're setting shit up. Cause if a motherfucker sees a motherfucker and goes and does some shit like this to them, and they pop them, they're getting lit after that. Cause when you're already someone who speaks ill of all these different communities, like, okay, for example, let's use Charlie Kirk as an example, right? Charlie Kirk is not as bad as none of these niggas, but you saw what happened to him. Like I said, we live in a country where bare niggas are mentally ill and bare niggas get access to firearms and people die every day for less. If you were setting a precedent where, yo, like, Chud the Builders are to get off for this, people are like, bet. And you're gonna have motherfuckers who have nothing to lose, who will then go and start doing shit like this to these niggas. And all these other niggas who be defending this shit. And let one of them ever get, niggas pull out a gun. You see, they could be in the same situation. That's why you don't want to advocate for shit like this. Because them even saying the shit they said, like I said, how Charlie Kirk died. Charlie Kirk didn't say nothing. He was bad, but he wasn't nowhere near these niggas. Like, not even just them, like all these other niggas. He was probably the most tame one over there. So you already have like kind of like a target on your back. You know what I mean? So like you go or some shit like this, you just giving people fuel to go do some shit, you know what I mean?
As I'm starting to see more and more clips of Chud the Builder come out and talk about how he's been feeling about black people, how he's been thinking about potentially ending black lives and whatnot, it's only going to end up worse for him.
Chud the Builder, known for starting and harassing people. Starting things and instigating and harassing people. Shoots and kills a black man. That's what it's going to say all over the headline. They're going to say he was an innocent boy, he didn't do nothing. Let me see, we're going with a weapon. I'm not sparing another one because I did it last time. That guy walking up with a gun drawn, should have blew his brains out that night.
That's why that face in court made so much sense the other day. The infamous closed eye meme when he heard his bond, heard that tremendous number. Because Chud the Builder realized that he was alone. He was by himself. There wasn't going to be anybody to really come and support him. Sure, you have people like Jake Lang, whatever the guy's name is, that came into court and disrupted it, that claim to be supporters. You always have people like that, but trust me, they're looking to fight another battle.
Didn't he get caught with some
stepping stool to get their shit on? They're trying to get their content on. But they don't really care about you. They don't really care about you sitting in some jail cell rotting because you decided to take matters into your own hands and antagonize black people. And I don't think...
Yeah, okay, we're off. I don't give a fuck about this shit. Like, yeah, they're not putting no bread up behind you, nigga. That's tough.
Something, baby, I like just how you blushing. And maybe we could bust it at the function. Turn nothing to something. Wish you could just see the horrors of my life, my upbringing.